Hello, welcome to my channel. I appreciate you clicking on this video and watching. I owe you guys an explanation. I have only uploaded one video this entire year and it's the end of January, so I've been slacking, but there's a reason for it, and I'm going to share with you why I have not uploaded any videos. So I tried to film a couple of videos back in December and they just didn't turn out. I wasn't able to articulate words and it was just a mess, so I decided to scrap both of those videos. I know I promised to do another stealing assumptions from somebody video. I was going to do Raw Beauty Christie, and I attempted to film that video and it just wasn't going very well and I just scrapped the whole thing. And I attempted to film a video about what I hate about YouTube. I was just going through like a list of the top 10 things that drive me crazy about YouTube, and I'm having a hard time today even. I couldn't articulate any words and it was just the struggle bus all the way through. So I'm like, I'm just not going to film for a while, and hopefully when I come back it's a lot easier for me to speak, which is obviously not the case because I'm only 2 minutes into this and I only got like 30 seconds of usable footage. So I ended up taking up a new hobby, which has taken up a large chunk of my time. And you know, when you have a new hobby, you want to do it for hours on end, which means I have no time to film videos. And my daughter for Hanukkah got knitting needles, a knitting kit, and some yarn and stuff like that. And she's been going at it, knitting like crazy. She's really good at it. She's really good at everything she tries. Me, on the other hand, I struggle with everything that I try, but she's was really excited about knitting, so I decided to buy some looms, and I decided to start loom knitting. I thought that loom knitting would be easier. I was wrong. I think I'm going to have to learn the needles because I was not able to loom knit very effectively. My first project was going to be slipper socks, and I attempted one slipper sock and I never finished it, so here's a picture of that. The knitting was too loose, so it wasn't usable, and I just unraveled it and decided to do a different YouTube tutorial pattern on it. That's how I was doing this. I was following YouTube videos. I ditched the slipper sock and I made a different kind of sock, and I did finish that project. This is the sock that I made, and it's kind of long, but I'm making these for somebody else. I have no idea what size her feet are, so I wanted to keep it kind of bigger just in case. I'd rather have it too big than too small. So I made this sock, and there's a few little mistakes here and there, but overall it's a really solid sock. Like, it's really hefty and thick, and the heel was so hard to do, you guys. The heel is like really messed up, but it's still wearable, so I was really proud of it. And as I started making the second one of these, I realized that the coloring was going to be very different. The yarn I'm using, you can see there's 3 different colors here. It was going into a much darker color, so the other sock would have been so much darker than this and it would not have matched at all. And I was just struggling so bad to make the heel on the other sock that I just gave up. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I can't do it anymore. This has been a very frustrating experience. And if anybody ever makes you a crocheted or knitted item, a scarf, a hat, mittens, socks, slippers, blankets, you better cherish whatever it is they gave you, because they put so much work into it. Hours of work, days, weeks of work went into this one sock, and I don't even have the match for it because I gave up. So I took a little break and I started watching some hand embroidery videos, and I decided to try my hand at that. It's a little bit different from loom knitting, but I did manage to make this rose. It's a little rough, but it's the first one I made. And I didn't have a pattern to follow to make the leaf part, so it looks a little funky because I just kind of did it on my own. But here's my little rose, and I like it. It's cute. I'm going to make more flowers for sure. So I started on the original pattern that I tried, which was the picture that I showed you earlier. I scrapped this pattern because I could not do the heel. And I ended up making this slipper sock. As you can see, it's much more loosey-goosey, and the pattern for the heel on this one was amazing. It looks so good. And you see how much darker this is compared to this one. I mean, that would not have matched if I continued to do this one. I realize this is a very, very boring video, but this is what I've been doing with my time lately. And this isn't perfect. There is some mistakes on it, like right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mistake on the cuff. The cuff part is easy. This is like easy to do. It's the heel that is just atrocious to accomplish, but the pattern I used on this one was really, it was good. And the heel, I'm so proud of it considering how much I struggled on the other one. I really like this heel. And after a long time, I have the second one made, and I'm ready to tie this one off. There's so much cat hair in these. It's infused with cat hair for extra comfort, but they're just going to my mother-in-law, so she's not going to mind the cat hair. It's not like I'm going to sell it. But I'm ready to tie this one off, and then I can ship it to her. Finally, after like a month of doing this. So what I'm going to do is tie it off, and I need some extra yarn. I need a long tail so I can sew the toe. And now it's free from the yarn. It's almost free for the loom. How exciting. And I actually did this one differently than the other one. The other sock, I followed the tutorial perfectly, and something just wasn't right. The tutorial said to wrap in one direction and then knit in the other direction. And that messed up my rows. It made my rows uneven. So this one I wrapped and knitted in the same direction, which could have been a mistake. Maybe the whole thing's going to end up unraveling. I don't know. Oh, I forgot my needle. I gotta get my needle. I did try making some baby booties in the middle of this whole sock debacle. I spent several days trying to make baby booties for my new niece, and it just didn't work. I might try again now that I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit better. So I'm just going to thread this through each loop and then take the loop off. And I believe that's called the drawstring cast off or the drawstring bind off. There's a lot of terminology with knitting and loom knitting as well. It's not just regular knitting. So many abbreviations for things. And I don't measure my, I don't count my rows, which is a mistake. You should always count your rows, but I lose track really easily, so I'm like, I don't even bother with it. So it is possible that these two socks are going to be different lengths. I tried really hard to make them the same. I even put one sock inside of this to kind of measure it with the other sock. I'll come a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing better. This light in the window is atrocious. But, yeah. She is free from the loom. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, I got a mount for my phone now. So I am filming this on my phone. I keep looking over there because that's my screen. And I'm using the front-facing camera. And I don't know how good the quality is with the front-facing camera, but it should be just as good as the rear-facing camera, I think. Anyways, that way, you know, I'm not shaky holding it anymore. I actually have my phone on a tripod, and it barely fits in this mount. It was $5 at Walmart. I'm sure they're probably making them for, like, iPhones that are skinnier than my phone. But, yeah, just wanted to mention that I finally have a mount, and I'm not going to be all shaky in my videos anymore. This is called the drawstring cast off or bind off, because when you pull on this, it sucks everything in, just like a drawstring. And then I'm going to drop my needle in the center of it, inside of the sock, and I'm going to turn it inside out. Oh, this is definitely not a tutorial, by the way. I am a beginner and I have no business making a tutorial. I just wanted to finish the sock on camera and document it, basically for my own personal reasons. Okay. Pull this through, close it up really tight, and then I'm going to sew. Going to weave it. It's not really sewing, but I'm going to weave my thread through the toe a couple of different times. Make sure it's secure. She is done. I keep gendering my sock. I apologize for that, but apparently this sock is a girl. You know, I have a really scary feeling that this is going to be too short compared to the other one. I am afraid to compare these two socks. Alright, there's the toe all done. Just going to stretch it out a little bit. And I'll grab this sock. Okay, it does look a little bit shorter. I'm not gonna lie. It does look a little bit shorter, but you know, they're stretchy. There's a lot of give in these. They are loose and they're slippers. They're not supposed to be tight socks. Okay, I did it, you guys. I actually made socks. I made these by myself. It's a really good feeling to accomplish something that you've been working on for so freaking long. You don't understand the frustration I've had with these. It's just been ridiculous. And the colors match pretty well too. Yeah, this one is definitely shorter. Definitely shorter, but it's not going to be noticeable on the foot. I think her feet are bigger than mine, so I did try to make it slightly bigger than my feet. So they should be nice and cozy. This one just needs to be stretched out a little bit, and then it'll be fine. Look at those stitches, though. Look how nice it looks. And then I was thinking about attaching my rose to these as well, like on the outside. I don't know. Is that going to be too much? This one actually has a... No, it's the other one. This one has a defect on it. Maybe I can use the rose to cover it. Like right here. I could just attach the rose on it. Would that be cute, or is that too much? I don't know. Or maybe I can attach it to the front. Like here. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. So there's my socks. And I'm all done now. And I'm excited. I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for watching. I see I have several new subscribers. Hello, welcome. My channel is a hot mess. I should have just called this channel a hot mess. But thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not. I think 93% of you are not subscribed. Why? Like, I don't even post that often, so I'm not going to be flooding your newsfeed or anything. So yeah, you got to see my lovely face today. It's been a long time since I've put my face in a video because I look like garbage. And I didn't put makeup on for this, so you're welcome. Bye.